What's going on? What's going on? Good to see y'all. Welcome to Monologue Mondays with Marcus Woods. I am happy and ecstatic that y'all joining me on today. Thank y'all so much. Share the live. Let's get right into it. Let's share the live and let's have a good time on Monologue Mondays today. This one is a little personal. Now, everything I give y'all is always my tips and my experiences, but I'm gonna give y'all something that I think that most people are kind of scared to talk about in detail. I'll say in detail. So let's lock in. Let's tap in. First, let me get everything out the way. Y'all know Out the Woods production. We are in full effect, and we are doing monologues for you. Maybe you got an audition coming up. Maybe you want to play new characters. Maybe you're just trying to rebrand yourself. Out the Woods Productions, we are locking in, and we're doing monologues for you. $25 for 30 seconds, $35 for a 60-second monologue. And y'all know what to do. Hit up otwproduction23 at gmail.com. And I promise you, we will look out for you. We'll get it to you in no time. So let's make sure we lock in with that. Also, I don't have it with me, but I know that she's tuning in because she told me she was going to tune in today. Y'all go get ACT from Shantae DeLon. Her book is amazing. You want to take your performance next level as an actor. You want to really be able to do the work because acting is work. She always says that. Go get her book, ACT. It's ACT. It spells out ACT. It stands for Animal Color Trait, but you got to read the book to break it all down. So y'all go do that for me, all right? And that's, one-on-one, virtual one-on-ones. Don't forget, I do virtual one-on-ones. You can also hit up otwproduction23 at gmail.com to set up your one-on-one session with me virtually. All right, let's lock in. I got a class coming up, too, really soon. Because the wonderful Peaches is always on my head about teaching the class. Y'all know Peaches rocking with us. And so I'm going to teach my class really soon. Y'all just give me a second. I got y'all. I promise y'all. All right. Here we go. This is very, very serious to me. So I already welcomed y'all in here. So I wish somebody would have said these things to me that I'm about to say to y'all, these 6 things. And I promise you I'm going to be out your hair. Share the live. And I want y'all to comment too. Please comment because y'all know I love the comments. But here we go. See, 6 things I wish somebody would told me. Nobody told me how much acting really takes everything from it, and it takes your focus and your energy on everything from your finances to your sometimes spiritually, your body, your health, everything, your faith. It challenges your faith. So I said, I wish somebody would have told me something. And I went through, and this might be a part 2. We'll see what happens. But I went through 6 things that I wish I would have known earlier. And we're going to jump right into them right now. And please, it don't matter your level. I don't care if you're a beginner or you in the, you know what I'm saying, you're intermediate or you're professional, whatever. You've been rocking a long time. This is still going to help you. Trust me, because stuff is helping me now. All right, let's hop in. Number 1. Learn how to manage your money. I know that y'all weren't expecting that. Y'all thought I was going to tell you about monologues and how to win an Oscar and all that. No. Let's talk for real. Learn how to manage your money. You know, I'm going to read my notes to you. This career is an investment-heavy career. Investment heavy. The career, I'm telling you right now, from headshots to classes to wardrobe to gas to lounging to high travel, all of this stuff, they don't tell you this. They don't tell you when you see them booked on that commercial that they had to work as a local hire in another state, that they had to pay for their own flight and find somewhere to stay and then go do the project, get paid, and then come back home, and you got to put that money right back where you got it from before you think about, oh, yeah, I done got paid doing this. Yeah, you're a paid actor, but you had to get there yourself. Yeah, I did a commercial with Merge Mansion. I did 2 commercials with Merge Mansion, you know, the little cell phone video game. I did 2 of those commercials. The first time, I had to pay myself to get to Baltimore. That's where they shoot at. I had to pay for myself to get there and all of that stuff. And nobody told me that. I'm thinking like, oh, but I thought, you know, I'm an actor. And don't get me wrong, sometimes they cover that, but not all the time. Sometimes you got to drive to location, especially if you're working locally. You got to drive to and fro. So nobody talks about that. So self-tapes even costs. Buying the equipment costs. Even though you use your cell phone, you still need the stand, you need the lights, you need the backdrop, you need all of that stuff. You need the mics, you need all of these things. So invest in it. Let's go a little deeper. Don't go broke trying to look like you winning. I see this all the time. They get the cars, they get the clothes, because they got to look good for the red carpet. They got to look good for this event when they pop out. And all these award shows that we're having here, which I love. I can't wait to go to the IndieFlix award show. All this stuff is going to be dope. But, like, don't look good and you ain't doing good. Don't be like, don't act like you look good, but you ain't feeling good. You halfway depressed because you're trying to figure out, should I eat or pay this bill? Don't do that. Don't do that. For who? That's why I always tell people, who you looking good for? Because we don't see you after the show. We don't see you when the credits roll and you go home. So who you looking good for? And if you can't put that in a budget, then you don't need it. I'm just going to be real with you. Because I'm telling you, I say this all the time, and I really hope people lock in with me. You're going to become famous before you become rich. They're going to know your name before the checks show up. I'm telling you. And then look, it's crazy, right? You got to do all this stuff, pay for all this stuff. Then you get famous. You ain't got to pay for nothing. I think that's so wild. Like all of it, not your name. You just put it on because they want you to put it on because you're famous. But I'm telling you, and there's highs and there are lows in this business. Trust me, this is experience talking. One year you could be riding. You booking everything left and right, and you posting all the stuff that you booking, and then all of a sudden you reposting stuff that you used to book because you ain't booking like you used to. The bread ain't coming in real quick, and you made all these promises, or you done paid sent all this money out, went into the negative because you was like, oh, the check gonna cover it, but then maybe the check don't cover it because you in the negative, and then it ran up, and now you like, oh shoot. I'm just being real. People not gonna tell you this, but they gonna look good. It don't cost no money to look good for real. Let me tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I wore a suit. I ain't ashamed to say it because I ain't ashamed. I'm me. I just had an event where they honored me. I was one of the honorees. I was like out of 8 or 9 people. And I really wanted to get a really nice suit. Man, I went on Amazon. Got a $79 green double-breasted suit, forest green, and it was sharp. It was $79. I ain't even had to get it. It fit me perfectly. I ain't had to get it taken up. Now, it didn't look like $79. I made it look good. I put the right tie, the right shoes, and a shirt with it, the belt, and then I put on the watch and the chain, and I was good to go. But why am I going to buy a $5,000 suit for a 2-hour event, and I'm going to just sit there and look? I pay $5,000 for something. It better walk me to the car. Y'all hear me? It better walk me all the way to the car and start it and everything. But stop trying to look good for people because people really don't care. Have you seen Adam Sandler? This man, he dressed like don't nothing match. Put on a big T-shirt, big shorts, whatever kind of shoes. He might be N1s. I don't even know what he wearing. But that man is worth millions, probably almost billion, I'm sure. But the guy he dressed. So settle down on who you trying to impress because there ain't nobody else trying to do that. Mark Zuckerberg has a blue shirt and some jeans. I'm pretty sure he got a suit for certain events, a couple of suits, but he got the same thing in his closet for a reason. Save your money. We don't care if you look presentable. You ain't got to look expensive. All right, let's keep moving. So budget, save, and invest. Invest in the tools too, though. You need to start paying money for the things. And this is going to be in my acting class. Headshots. They have not gone anywhere. Headshots still exist. You still need good ones. You don't need your cousin who just got a camera last year because it's a hobby for him, and he's saying, I'm going to be really good. Tell cuz, take him and that camera to a couple of courses and classes before he said, I'm going to give you an industry standard headshot. Because you don't need nobody doing a portrait and you need a headshot. Those two different things. It's two different things. So invest in the right stuff, not your appearance. Okay, here we go. Number two, this is good. Train for real. Yeah, now we talking performance and accolades and all this stuff. Train for real. Master the fundamentals. Oh, y'all work with me now because y'all know I get upset when I get to talking. I know people get mad at me when they watch this. Look, I don't care what nobody's telling you. I don't care how many films you've been in, locally or independent or mainstream. Take some classes. I've been in 60 films. I ain't never been in no acting class. Are they quality? Are you a quality actor, or are they just hiring you to be a chair, just to sit there? Like, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I don't care if you're saying, well, I get booked all the time. Baby, you getting booked because you got the look. You ain't getting booked because you can act. I'm just being real. Sir, you getting booked because you got this many followers. Not because you can act. And then there's levels. You can hit a certain level and then you can plateau there because you think when you walk in and you go to a bigger market, you think I could just walk in here because I look good. You go to Atlanta right now. You know how many good looking people it is in Atlanta? You go to LA right now. You know how many good looking people it is in LA? You can't just walk in there and say, I look good. And be like, and you know who else look good? Brad Pitt. And he's older and he's still booking because he had to learn how to act at some point. And people always bring up Jennifer Lawrence, who y'all know she did the Arrow movie. What's the Arrow movie? And she was whistling Hunger Games. She did Hunger Games. She got picked up and she never took an acting class in her life. And she said that. She said, I had never taken an acting class in my life. But she said, as her career progressed, she was like, oh, I need to learn how to act. She said, I only go off of these looks for so long. The people that we watch on TV and the levels that we want to reach, and some of us have been in those rooms, you say, you know what? I got to get better at what I do. Y'all, there's levels. I was just talking with the staff here earlier just about being on Empire. When I walked in that room and I saw Gabby Sidibe and the way she carried herself, I was like, oh, it's levels to this. She's here because she's good. Don't get it twisted. I was in the room too. But what I'm saying is, I'm just saying, like, I'm watching her. I'm like, yo, there's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this. And so to stay on those levels, you got to stay sharp. Learn the fundamentals. Take you an acting for camera class. Take you a stage acting class. Well, I only want to do film. Most of your greats touch the stage a few times before they touch film. And this ain't me, but this is the great Denzel. He said, if you want to be a star, do film. He says, you want to learn how to act, do stage. That's not me. That's two-time Oscar award-winning Denzel Washington said that. I'm just saying. We all love Denzel. We love what he brings to the table. So, and he also says this all the time. You want to do what I do? Do what I do. Just Denzel, not me. So here we go. I got some notes for y'all. Stop skipping the steps. Learn technique. Learn how to be still. I say this to y'all so much. I was watching a film, not going to say on what, not going to say who. All this, and then I told him I wasn't, you taking away. All this moving while you acting for the especially for the camera. Stage is different. I told you all the time, for the film, you just hear. It's personal. It's the eyes. It's small nuances, small move. For stage, you're acting for that last person back there in the balcony in the very back. So I got to be big for them. But on film, be still. Don't be stuck. You ain't got to do your lines like this. Just be still. 90% of actors would be better if they learn how to be still and calm down. Be still and calm down. It's a whole nother thing. Learn the truth in performances. Now, I'm not just to hear what I'm saying. There's a truth that's being told from that character. I don't care if that character is dumb. I don't care if that character is literally idiotic. That in his idiotic world, he's living his truth. He's telling his truth. Tell the truth in the performance. Tell the truth in the performance. Don't be attached to the words. Understand why they're saying what they're saying. Why do they believe what they're saying? Why do they feel like they're right when they say certain lines? Because at that point, that character isn't saying a line. That person is speaking. Does that make sense to you? The character is, you're not just saying lines. You're actually speaking. So learn the truth in that. Training is your foundation. Let me tell you something. I played sports. Found out real early I wasn't going to the NBA, but I played basketball. I told y'all before, my family is truly a basketball family. I was watching basketball with my dad and my brother, and we were just yelling. I'm talking about this our season. We in there now. And when we played basketball, my dad used to tell me all the time, he was like, you dribble real good with your right hand, learn how to dribble with your left hand. You lay up real good with your right hand. Learn how to lay up with your left. Learn the fundamentals. Learn the steps you got to take. Learn how to dribble. Learn how to play defense. Learn how to box out. Everybody want to be Steph Curry. Everybody want to shoot with their eyes closed. Look, come on. Learn the fundamentals first, because what happens is after Steph Curry is tired in overtime, and he's been double overtime, and the game is tied, and it's 3 seconds left, and his body didn't gave out on him. He don't go and say, greatness come out of me. He go back and say, remember what I learned. Remember the foundation. Remember, he's not a great shooter just because he shoots wild. He's a great shooter because he takes 500 shots a day. But I'm talking about before he got to the league. And then he got to a point to where I got to make a certain amount out of that 500 to be great. You see what I'm saying? So his fundamentals. So if you ever, there's a picture of Steph when he was playing in Houston a few years back, and Dwight Howard was trying to block his shot, and Dwight Howard was a big guy, and when he jumped and tried to block his shot, he was all in Steph's face. Steph was literally shooting like this, and he made it. The man got so good at shooting, practicing shooting, his eyes was closed, and he made the shot. That's fundamentals. That ain't luck. That ain't greatness. Don't come overnight. Greatness is something you practice. You got the gift of acting, but you got to hone that gift. You got to practice that gift. You got to get really good with that gift. And you can't do that just sitting at home all the time. Sometimes you got to take you a few classes. Don't let nobody, I know it's a few celebrities out here that's saying, I don't need an acting class. You don't learn acting sitting in a room. Well, you got to learn it somewhere. And you can learn it. Now, don't get me wrong. Technology is different. We got YouTube. You got ChatGPT. You got all this stuff. And you can use it. Use it. I use it. Use it to the best of your ability. However, at some point, you don't learn how to shoot a gun. I'm just saying, don't shoot nobody. You don't mark me social media. I'm just a point. You don't learn how to shoot a gun playing a video game. You got to go to the range and learn what it feel like when that thing recoil, and when you hear that loud bang. You gotta go and practice that. You don't learn that just by sitting in front of a screen. Sometimes you got to get out there in the field and actually practice. Learn the fundamentals, because when you forget your line, your fundamentals will kick in. When you miss your mark and you got to hit this mark, your fundamentals will kick in, because you can't keep fumbling that line or missing that mark, because time is money in this business. And after a while, if you ain't got nobody that's real gracious and be like, we'll work, but you take your time. Every time you mess up, they say, there go another $10,000. Get it together, because I got to pay them to be here because you keep messing up. Learn the fundamentals. Boom. Let's keep moving. Peaches, we got comments? Because I said I was going to do comments earlier instead of waiting till the end. Okay, we got comments. Let's do it. Okay, no worries. We're good. They're going to work with us. Budget. Yes, y'all go get her book now. That's my boy Juan. Appreciate you, man. I'm trying, sis. Live below your means. I'm trying to tell you, I got to bring you back on the show so you could tell them how it was like to go to LA from Detroit and see and really learn how to make it out there. It's a whole nother time. But thank you, sis. Budget, save, invest. Yep, I'm trying to help the people. Here we go. Bro said, and research the classes, because everyone is teaching classes these days. Oh boy, you gonna get in trouble. So get a few referrals before you pay. Let me tell you something. Pay that fee. You ain't gonna get in trouble. Let me tell you, this is important, because everybody's doing a class. All of a sudden, he said what? Some of the classes are more so meet and greets. Yes, than acting classes. Or they turn into these speeches where you just hear a bunch of people talk. Let me tell you something, y'all. Everybody can act all of a sudden. And then all of a sudden, everybody can teach it. I'm not saying that people that are teaching it are not necessarily qualified. But what I am saying is there are people who've been doing this. I went to class after spending thousands of dollars to only have my own acting class and charge $100 a person. People was looking at me like I was crazy. But y'all know my thing. I just be trying to give out the love for as low as I can, because I want everybody to win, because it's enough for all of us to win. I don't understand why people think it's not enough out here. But even the classes that I took, after I took my first one and got scammed, y'all hear me? I got scammed. I think it was $2,000. I got scammed out of it. And I ain't scared to say their name because they out of business. And everybody found out they was a fraud. John Robert Powers. Them jokers robbed me out of $2,000. Had me thinking I was finna be up there with Ashton Kutcher and all of them at the time. And I said, I ain't did nothing. I remember the last day, they was like, great job. I was like, all right. We get a booklet or something. I had nothing to take home. And they come out to find out later they were scamming everybody and they got put out of business. But all of these places, man, and everybody that's doing these acting classes and all these different stuff, make sure they know what they're doing. Make sure they know what they're talking about. Make sure that they had proper training before they're going to train you. It blows my mind. It blows my mind and make us think that we could just go out here and do it. So please, that was real good. Do the research. Okay, I'm going to jump back in here and we'll get back to the comments. We go into the lesson. The lesson I wish I'd learned 3 and 4. Now, here we go. Number 3, the audition is your first performance. Now, this is what I tell people. I'm talking about every time you get an audition, that's the first performance. That's not you practicing. That's not you hoping you get a role. That's where you go to perform. So let me break this down. Don't audition to please. I don't care who's on the other side of that camera or who's going to watch your self-tape. Do not try to please them. I don't care if you get an audition from James Cameron himself, or Michael Bay, or Steven Spielberg, or Ryan Coogler. I don't care who you get an audition from. You're not trying to please them. Please stop auditioning to please folk, whoever they are. Audition to express. You get to do your art. This is your chance to really show who you are and how you going to portray this character, how you going to tell this story, even in the audition. Stop treating the audition like, oh, this is just the first step. And so I'm a little nervous. I'm a little shaky. I ain't never wrong with nerves if you change it into positive energy and use it. But I'm saying don't treat it like, yeah, let me just do this little audition, or I can mess this up and it'll be okay. Even though people are not hard on mess ups, if you can recover from them. But you want to really look at this and say, I'm about to perform. If somebody, I don't care if it's for a commercial, a stage play, an independent film, a full-on mainstream feature film, I don't care if it's for a short film, whatever it's for, or vertical filming, that's a thing. Y'all look it up. Y'all check out what verticals are. Verticals are coming in. It's because we watch movies on these phones all the time, and so now they're doing vertical series and stuff now. But I don't care what it is. I don't care what you're watching or what you're auditioning for. Act like this is the performance, and prepare and present as if this is the performance, because that's what they're gonna look at. They're not gonna say his audition was rocky, let's give him a chance, let's bring him in for a second, or his audition was rocky, let's book him because maybe once he get on set, he or she is different. No. Get on there and say, I'm about to give my expression, but it's going to be the best version of what I express. Here we go. I got some more notes for you. Make bold choices and make it yours. Don't try to be anybody else. I said this last week. Just be you, because everybody else is taken. Be you. You ain't got to mimic nobody. You ain't got to be Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx got it locked up. You ain't got to be Tisha Campbell. You ain't got to be Denzel. You ain't got to be Tom Hanks. You ain't got to be Gary Oldman. You just be you. Just be you. And bring your best version of it. Now, the problem is with us being us, we don't know ourselves. Now you got to learn who you are and how you present your art and how you express your art. Get to know yourself while you're learning your craft. Okay, that was just a free nugget. Here we go. The room remembers you, not the safe version of you. The room remembers what you bring to that character. The room remembers who you are within that character. The room remembers you, not the safe version of you. Playing it safe when you audition has never booked anybody any role. It never. I'm about the times that I book stuff. It's the times I thought, like, yeah, they ain't gonna like that because I just came in like, this is how I'm doing it. I don't care. And boom. Them be the ones I book. And I be like, dog, now I got to go back and look at that self-tape and see what I did. Now I got to study me. Like, what did I do? But it was just a level of, this is the art and I'm presenting it to you. And it really took my manager to really start helping me with that, because he was telling me, and I love Benny. Shout out to Benny and John Thomas Talent and everything that they're doing for me and the others on that roster. He told me, he said, man, what are you look stiff. You look nervous. You look like you don't want to mess up the words and all this stuff. He said, man, just bring you to it. Bring you to it. And I was like, man, let me stop. Let me stop putting so much pressure on me, because it's art. It's subjective. Some may love it. Some may not. But it's my art, and I'm going to present the best version of it and do my best with it. So just remember, they remember you, not the safe version of you. Number 4, we're going through here. You won't book everything, but you will book something. Okay, now look, I already know, and y'all know this too, that you're going to hear no more than you're going to hear yes in this business. You're going to hear no. I don't care if you're a writer, a producer, an actor, you want to be a casting director, you want to be a director, and you saying, this is what I do. Everybody ain't going to say yes to everything that you present, especially if as an actor. You're going to hear no more than them people. You're going to hear no. You're not going to book every role. And I'm telling you, I told y'all this before, and I'm saying it again. People always say you're going to hear no 9 times out of 10. No, you're going to hear no 10 times out of 10. You're going to hear no 10 times out of 10. It's your job to get up and make an 11th time and a 12th time and a 13th time. It's your job to do that. You don't give up. You're not going to hear yes every single time. Get that in your mind. But here we go. Rejection is a part of the job. Telling you no is a part of the job. Being turned down or have the door kind of shut in your face, so to speak, is a part of the job. Who told you were supposed to come out the gate and be successful? Because your mama said you do that one impression really good. Come on. Your mama love you. And she might see your gift and your talent, but she love you. Everybody outside ain't gonna love you, and you got to be okay with that. And it's okay to know, like, okay, when I step out here, now you may step out here and they may just jump on you and be like, oh my God, you're an amazing talent. That's great, but guarantee you, somebody gonna disagree, and somebody that's gonna either book you or not book you is gonna have a say so, right? It's a part of the job. So stay grateful for every room and every read and every chance you get to act. Knowing that rejection is a part of the job. You need to be grateful for when you do book something. You need to be grateful when you do book that role. Maybe you didn't book the main role, but you booked a role. You didn't get the lead in that play, but you booked something. So be grateful. Even if it's just you're invited in the room for the read through. Speaking of Shantae, I remember when Shantae booked on Detroiters, they invited people. Listen to this. They were allowed to invite people to come in and sit in on the read through. Shantae, I don't even know if you remember that, but they invited us in, and we were allowed to come in. And I know it was Shantae that made me one of her guests, invited us in, and we got to sit and watch these people go to work. And at the time, I didn't even really know everybody at the time. And so I'm just sitting here looking at Shantae reading with these people that I know. And I'm like, dang, this is crazy. I didn't go, nah, sis, I don't want to go to that because, I ain't on the show. Who want to sit down and do a read through? I was grateful to be in the room because I'm in the room, and it gave me such an inspiration. Man, thank you, Shantae. I never thank you for that, I don't think. Thank you, because that was dope to be in the room with people that's on TV and Comedy Central and all these people here. And I'm like, man, I said, man, look at this. This is amazing. We get to sit here and watch them do this. And it gave me a new hunger, like, oh, I'm coming for this. This is what I want. I'm coming for this. And they helped me push me through rooms and push me to doors and push me to learn my craft and get really good at it. I'm telling you, be grateful for everything. Gratitude, your gratitude and altitude, it really does gauge your altitude and how high you go. It really does. I promise you it does. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. I got you. I don't want y'all to think I'm just running off at the mouth. Your no's, they collect and point you towards your yes. So every no is building you towards those yeses. Not just one yes, but don't get it twisted. Sometimes all you need is one yes to change your entire trajectory and where you're going in your career. So yes, you are acting for that one yes that'll lead to more yeses. Yes, you are, and that's okay. And after you reach that level of yeses, there's going to be another level of yeses. I'm in a place in my career, I don't mind saying this, I'm in a place in my career where I feel like I'm starting all over again, and it's nerve-wracking. And it's a bit frightening, and it's like, it's more is required of me, and I'm like, yes, I'm here, because I learned this. You're gonna level out at some point. You're gonna be like, okay, I've done what I can do here. Now let me go to the next level. And I'm telling you, I'm excited about it as much as work has got to be and got to take. I'm excited about it because I know when you're learning something new, that means you must be growing into something new. And that's how I feel. As I'm learning something new, I'm growing into something new. And so don't feel bad if you're not booking where you're at right now. Don't get upset that you're hearing more no's than you've heard yes, or some people ain't even heard a yes yet, because it depends on where you're at in your career. Just know that it's coming. It's coming. Everything is seasonal. The due season, the DUE season is coming for you. I promise. You just got to be ready. Boom. Okay, I got two more. Before I get these two more, I'm going to go to the comments. I'm doing better. Not waiting to the end. See if we got some. Oh, cool. When should one look into management, and is there any in Detroit, or do we have to get out of state managers? So that is a good question. I feel like you should get a manager once you can't manage it yourself. Okay? Now, here we go. And I hope y'all hearing me, because I'm not just, because if you still can make the call, go to the casting call and do all that stuff yourself, you got to submit your own stuff, you still can handle that, cool. But once you get to the point to where, and again, another level, when like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, when I booked Empire, and I said this before, I believe, I didn't have a manager. I didn't even have I had an agency, a local agency, but I didn't have an agency out in Chicago. And so I went first to go get repped out in Chicago. Now, mind you, I'm going to be real with you again. I just saw this on Facebook a few years ago, and I was just like, I'm going to just try it. I didn't know who they rep. I didn't know what shows they got or movies. I was just like, I'm just going to try something. I'm just being real. And because I felt like at that point, I had done a few short films and I was doing a lot of plays, but my mindset was always, well, I really want to be on TV. I really want to be on somebody's movie screen. And I learned this. I could sit here in this couch all day and say I'm an actor, but really I'm just a person in the couch until I get up and do something. You got to get up and do something. And so I just said, I want to go next level, because the level that I was at the time, I could manage that. I can manage going to an audition and booking a play. I can manage booking somebody's short film. I could do that by myself. I could do that right now. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to just start doing a lot of local things, I can manage that. I'm not saying everybody just gonna book me. I'm just saying I can manage that by myself. But when I said I need to get on NBC and how you get on Fox and how you get on this, I said I got to get a manager. So the moment you realize I can't manage this next level by myself, like I managed all this, that next level, what does it take? Then that's when you move up. I hope this is answering your question. That's when you say, okay, to go next level, I got to go find somebody that's working on that level. And sometimes that means get around people and ask questions. I am not ashamed of asking somebody, this pick on Shantae Day. Don't do this because, this is worn out. She's worn out with this. That's all I'm going to say about that. When Shantae had came back from LA, I said, sis, let me take you to lunch. I said, I just want to take you to lunch, talk to you. I got some questions. I took her to lunch and we sat there and we had, now mind you, she on TV at this point. She working. Mind you, before that though, she was also being put on TV then before she went on to do Comedy Central as well. And I was just going. And my dad has always taught me, y'all saw my dad, he was on an episode. And my dad always taught me, when somebody know more than you, you ask a question and you shut up. You don't get in there and tell them how many movies you in, how many classes you took, what your resume is, how many headshots. You shut up. They don't care. When I was talking with Clifton Powell, when I was doing My Brother Marvin, he got to talking and giving us his experience, I didn't say, hold on, Cliff, because when I saw you playing Pinky, I shut up because he's doing it more than I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I got to shut up and listen. Don't try to measure. Don't try to show who you are. Shut up and listen. So when sis got to talking, I was tearing that barbecue burger up while she was talking, listening. I was listening. And that's how you do that. But everybody's not going to always do that. And you don't always have to be, everybody's not that tangible. You can't reach out to everybody like that. So, but if you have the opportunity to talk to somebody, and trust me, some people going to shut the door in your face because some people either they just don't do that, or they don't want to do a match where they at. They hear they don't want to come down to your level in their minds. And that's why I created Monologue Monday, so you can ask a question like that, and I can answer a question like that. So, but yes, when you can't manage it no more, you find people that's doing it better than you, ask questions, and then go reach to the peak, go reach for the managers and stuff that's doing that so they can help you get into those rooms. I learned a lot when I got a manager. There was a lot I didn't know. And I thought I knew enough. But I also didn't walk in there and tell my manager, I've been doing plays, so I know how to act, and I've been managing myself, so I can manage some things. No, I just got in there and I shut up because you know more than me right now. And that's okay. You got to be okay with being a little person. You got to be okay with not knowing everything and not think, they trying to little big brother, big sis me. No, little bro, little sis me. No, let them teach you something. You done got me fired up. That was a good question. Okay, one more. Oh, you got a question. Okay, can you explain the difference between agents and managers? I think we get them confused. Okay, so an agent and a manager, now they like cousins. They work together. They work hand in hand. To make it simple, a manager manages the things that you book. An agent and the manager can sometimes, help you book some things, but the agent is the one that the manager is talking to about what can we get him. And the agent is looking through and saying, okay, I got this, that, and the third that fits that look, that fits Marcus Woods, and I'm going to send this to your manager and say, can he get this to us? Your manager job is to manage you and say, we need this in by this time. You got to do this, that, this. You got to do it like that. You got to do it like that. And then we got to have it in by this time. And what I do is a lot of times, more often than not, after I do an audition, I send it to my manager first. Because once it goes to the agent is sending it in. The agent may look at it too and be like, I like it, but let's do it again. But a lot of times they getting so many, submissions, they just send it in because in their mind, if you send it to me, you must be knowing what you're doing. So boom, okay, boom. And you don't want that to happen because after a while, let's just say you keep getting, we'll use Chicago Fire. Let's say you keep casting for Chicago Fire, keeps asking for you, but after a while, they stop asking for you because when you send your audition tape into your agent and your agent gets it, they look at it, sometimes they look, if you got a good agent, they're going to look at it. But sometimes they don't. They just send it in. Boy, when that casting director get it and they just seen 5 out of 10, your 10 auditions ain't really that good, they're like, they 50-50. And I don't really want to keep working with them, so we ain't going to do that no more. So I send mine in to my manager first. He reviews it, looks at it, and be like, okay, I like this. Let's try this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Or he'll say, this is great. We send it in. And he'll even, your management can even kind of gas you up a little bit like, oh, you need to send this in top 5 because he brought it this time. She brought it this time. You know what I'm saying? So the manager manages you. The agent is the one that kind of helps you get those certain auditions, though, if that makes sense. But they can coincide. They can work side by side sometimes too. They're similar, but they're not similar. Think brother and sister. You know what I mean? Y'all related, but y'all still different. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. Okay, cool. Any more before I move on? Oh, cool. Okay, good. Because sometimes when you be in here by yourself. Okay, here we go. My bro, he said, I experienced this firsthand at the play I attended with Marcus Woods. I was kind enough to let me sit at the table, eat, and that's and you know what? Now that you bring that up, the Call Me Daddy stage play, when bro came, he did. You did it smooth too. I like the way you did that. He came in and he said, "What's up?" I was like, "What's up, man?" And then we got to talking for a minute, and the next thing I know, he asked a couple questions. And all of us was answering his question. I mean, we was almost like everybody was saying, no, bro, do this, do that, do this. That. It's smart. When people are doing it at the level you want to do it, even if you want to surpass them, you still need to ask how they got to that point that they're at and just be quiet. Let them help you. You ain't got to always talk and talk. You ain't got to always pitch and sell yourself. Sometimes people will look at, which I'm going to get into in just a second here. Sometimes people will look at you and be like, I like you. I'm going to remember you for something because the way you conducted yourself in the room is how the Bible says your gift will make room for you, right? And that means you'll get in the room, but sometimes folk don't have character to stay in the room. So sometimes you got to be quiet and learn. I don't know nothing here. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. I don't know nothing. Just get in here and be quiet. And just watch and learn and observe and see how they handle themselves, see how they talk to each other. Learn the lingo. Learn when it's your time to talk and when it's your time just to listen. I'm telling you, it'll help you. And people watch that and they'll remember you for that. Okay. These are y'all. Y'all all right tonight. I like this. Oh, another one. Let's go, Nidra. Where you been, girl? I ain't seen you in forever. It seems difficult to shop managers and agents. What are some specifics to find agents and managers? First thing I'm going to tell you is do your research. Do your research and see what agents and managers are looking for newer talent. And even though you could have been doing this for 35 years, you ain't never worked with them, you new to them. You get what I'm saying? So you want to do your research and see who do that. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. This is wisdom. Don't try to go get Tom Cruise agent and manager. They got Tom Cruise. They straight. And they're going to look at you like, what? So go find you somebody looking for new talent and new managers and then or look for somebody that's willing to kind of work in the middle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where they got the big name, because the agency that I was with in Chicago, they had the big names on there, but they still was looking for new talent. So, you know what I'm saying? They had the big name on all the shows, but they still wanted new talent. So, but you got to do your research. That's how you do it. Do your research. And you don't, to answer the other question that was earlier, you don't have to always go out of state to get representation. You can get representation right where you at locally. You just got to do your research and find out who works really good, because there's some good managers and agents locally, but you want to do your research. You want to know, are they SAG? So that means when you get SAG credit, will you be able to eventually join SAG and join the union? Is that something that you want to do? If you're not SAG, are they willing to work with you because you're non-union? You got to figure out all these things. So do your research. And if you don't know what to do what you're doing now. Ask the questions, and prayerfully, people like myself, like-minded people, will give you the proper answers like we're doing right here today. Good question, Nidra. Miss you, girl. Miss y'all doing monologues. Okay. Any more? Oh, thank you so much. Got nominated. That's right. Yeah, thank you so much. I forgot. Nyambi just posted that. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Last two, and we're going to check the comments, and I'm going to get out y'all here today. Number 5, confidence and self-belief are not optional. Confidence and self-belief are not optional. You need these, because just like I told you earlier, you're going to hear no more than you can hear yes. And if you don't hear a yes right away, or you hear them far and few, you're going to have an identity crisis, because your whole everything is attached to that yes. And you haven't realized that you got to accept the no with the yeses. You got to accept the good times with the bad times. You got to accept the high times with the low times. So that means that you got to be self-confident, and you got to believe in yourself and believe you're going to make it. Whatever your level of make it is, whatever your level of success is, you got to believe I'm going to make it. And you ain't got to wait. I just heard it was Omar Gooden. He was doing somebody else's show, and he was saying that, he said it'd been dope to get an Oscar for Baby Boy. He said, but that didn't happen. He said maybe it will. He said maybe I'll be on my Morgan Freeman when I get my, maybe I'll be good and old when I finally get one. But he's saying, but that, he was basically just saying like this, I want that, but I understand I'm playing a long game here. So sometimes you got to be like, you know what? It's okay. I'll never be Rambo. I may not never be Chadwick Boseman, God rest his soul. But you know what? I'm gonna take the route that's in front of me. And I'm gonna be me, because you never know. That might be the thing. You being you might be the very thing that they're looking for. Not saying, man, where am I at? Don't look to your, another scripture in the Bible, it tells you to fret not. And I'm breaking it down. I'm not going to go all into it, but it tells you to fret not, which means not to be overly and constantly concerned about things and other people. Stop watching what everybody else is doing. Take your eyes off of what's going on over here and what's going on over here. Now, be informed, be knowledgeable, know what you need to know, but don't get so caught up in, I'm supposed to be, I know I'm better than them. Well, yeah, you might be, but they might have been great for that thing. They might have been just great for that thing. And well, that turned into 3 movies. They might be great for a trilogy for that thing. But your thing is coming. Well, I always played it. Y'all remember Octavia Spencer, before she won her Oscar, she was always that one lady in that one thing. And she played a nurse a lot. She was always a nurse over here, that one lady in that one thing, before she became who she was. Viola Davis was the same way. That one lady in that thing, but they were really good in that thing. You couldn't remember their name, but you knew their faces until they became who they are. So look, just rock your thing. Do your thing. Don't worry about everybody else, but you got to believe in you. You could be in this thing for 20 years, which if you do your research, a lot of actors don't really hit and start really moving till about 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, 20 years, I got to wait 20 years. That's not everybody. That's just ballpark. It can happen to you in 2 years. But I'm just saying, you can hit your stride. You could be in this thing 20 years and just be doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And then on that 21st year, you blow up. All of a sudden, you the next hottest thing. Where he come from? Oh my, it's overnight success. Nah, this 20 years of work that you ain't know me, but I was working. I was studying, I was auditioning, I was going to class, I was getting the new headshots, I was rebranding myself, I was doing everything that I had to do to become the person that I am today. So please believe you, because if you saying, if I ain't gonna make it in 2 years, then I quit, well then this wasn't for you, because you might not get it in 2 years. Well, I'm just gonna have to. I was talking to a friend of mine, an actor friend of mine, and I think I said this before on here, and they was talking about how they weren't ready, they weren't quitting, but they were saying, "I'm really looking at the door. I'm really looking at the exit." I'm paraphrasing. I'm really looking at the exit, and I seen them, and I called. I mean, I inboxed them directly. I was like, "Hey, you better not quit." You better not quit. You're talented. You better keep. Oh, I wasn't gonna quit. Well, don't even dance with quit. Don't even entertain quit. Don't walk quit's way, because the day you decide to quit could have been the day you made it. So come on. Don't you quit. Everybody that's hearing this and that's going to hear this, don't quit. Now I mean that for life, but I'm talking to entertainers, performers, storytellers. Don't you quit. Don't you quit. Please don't quit, because somebody is watching you and saying, "Oh, I believe in them. Oh, I know they're going to make, oh, they encourage me." I'm telling you, people will tell you that. I have people that say they encouraged by my drive and what I do. And then some of them ain't even actors. They hairstylists, firefighters, doctors. Like they be producers. You know what I'm saying? So you can't quit. People watching you. They don't want you to quit, because guess what? Even though I get what y'all saying, well, they shouldn't tie their success to me. Well, it's inspiration they getting from you. It's fuel they getting from you, and then they believing in you, and they saying you can do it, you can make it, and they rooting for you. Them the ones you look back to, the ones that's rooting for you when ain't nobody know your name for real. But okay, here I go. Acting will test your identity. We just talked about this, but also you have to believe before anybody else does. You gotta know that you're that great action star, you're that Oscar award winner, that you deserve that you will be on TV, that you will be on, and your name will ring names in living rooms all across the world. You gotta believe it first before anybody else do. If you get people believing in you, that's a blessing. You appreciate that. You hold on to that. But if don't nobody root you on, you root yourself on. You pat yourself on the back. I did that self-tape and got it in before time. Good job, me. I did that. Oh, I ain't book it, but at least you showed up and you did it. Good job, me. Because you gonna book one soon. You gonna book one real soon. And that's how you gotta believe. Like, you gonna make it real. You gotta do that, because I'm telling you, sometimes this journey get lonely. It get lonely. When you hot, ride that wave. But when you're not, you are not. You hear me? So you gotta ride that wave. But even when you're not, you gotta know that I'm still gonna make it. And matter of fact, I double dog dare you to believe in yourself so much. Take the still out. I'm making it. I made it. Walk like you conduct yourself like you'd have made it. You know what that means? That when people are like, walk in your greatness. That means to conduct yourself like you already great. Walk like you already great. Talk like you already great. Look like you already, not arrogance, confidence. You're confident because you know you're going to do it. You believe in yourself. Your faith has to go further than your feelings. Because your feelings gonna get hurt. They gonna hurt your feelings when they tell you no. They gonna hurt your feelings when they said, "Oh yeah, you booked that thing," and you get a call a couple of days later saying, "Oh, they changed the race of the character." Y'all know my story. You booked that thing with Kevin Costner, but then they changed the race of the character. Your feelings gonna get hurt, but your faith in God, that's how I believe in. Your faith in God and your faith in your ability that God gave you, you gotta say, "I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I'm making it. I made it. I'm just going through the motion. I made it already." I'm telling you, because your feelings gonna get hurt, so your faith gonna have to take you further. Here we go. Number 6. And then we're gonna mess with these comments. I'm gonna get out your way because it's 7:00. Here we go. Build real relationships. People don't talk about this. Okay? Here we go. Not just connections. You don't want just connections. I don't just need your number in my phone. I don't need you to be that person I took a picture with on Instagram and got 500,000 likes on. And I took that picture with. But can you talk to them personally? Can you ask them a question? Build relationships, not just connections. Because if you got a relationship is a little hard to break than a connection. You can always disconnect from anybody. But a relationship got a little more glue to it, got a little more stickability to it. So here we go. People hire who they trust. Now, let's pick on Shantae Day. Shantae, now, even though I still have to audition, I don't want to get it twisted. Shantae will tell me, "Hey, I got a part for you. I want you to audition for it." And she said, and a lot of times she do say, it ain't me, it's the producers. They want to see if you can carry it. I'm like, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? But the reason that I'm able to get that audition because of my relationship with Shantae. The reason that my manager can trust me because we have a relationship. Oh, it's a working relationship, but really he's my brother. But it wasn't like that when in the beginning, though. You know what I'm saying? We had to get to know each other. Boom. Some of the movies and stuff that I work on, it's because people saw how I work and I built relationships with people on there. So I'm telling you, sometimes you got to go to that meet and greet. Sometimes you got to go to that mixer and get to know folk. Because sometimes folk ain't going to hire you if they don't know you. They don't trust you. It ain't even a bad thing. It ain't even they don't like you. They just don't know you. That's all it is. So get that bitterness out of you. They only hiring this, and they only doing this, and they only work with the same people. People in Hollywood do it all. Y'all, Spike Lee worked with the same people for years. Ain't nobody say Spike need to stop doing that. I mean, it probably was some people, but us watching the movies, we wasn't saying that. Like, man, every time I look up, there go Wesley Snipes. Yeah, every time I look up, there go Samuel L. Jackson doing something. Every time, ain't nobody saying that. They was like, yeah, Spike, them your people. Nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. So you got to build relationships, okay? Not just connections. Be solid. Be supportive. Be consistent. Consistency and everything that you do will make you go further than you ever went. Consistency probably will take you further than your actual talent because they'll believe in you. They'll know, hey, but they consistent though. I ain't seen a bad nothing from them yet. And then they know how to conduct themselves on set. I think I'm gonna have to do a whole episode of how to conduct yourself when you on set. Because it seemed like when I talk about it, people be like, yeah, thumbs up. And then when I get on set, I see people, I be like, oh, Lord, you better be glad they ain't kick you out of here. But being consistently professional all the time takes you a long way. Your reputation opens more doors than your talents can. Your rep will open more doors than your talent can. So it's important to have a good reputation. You know what? I'm proud of myself because I only hit this mic one time today. but your reputation. So remember these 6 things, man. Remember these 6. These are 6 things I wish I would have known when I first started acting. I wish somebody would have told me this. And I would have friends tell me it all the time too. Like, man, stop being so serious. I was a little serious. I was real serious. Like, I'm an actor. And that's what I'm going to act and all this stuff. And my talent should matter. And da da da. And then you get to learning some stuff. You're like, man, first thing I've told myself was calm down. Settle down. Things take time. There's a process. Trust that process. Go through that process. Don't skip the steps of that process. Because even if you skip the steps and you go higher than that person, on the road to success, you're going to get hit with a test. And you skip that test because you skipped the step and you think you're doing good because you didn't need that step at that moment and you went further than everybody else. But now you're stuck at something you didn't know how to handle because you skipped that step. And now people are surpassing you because you said, I wanted to skip certain steps. Go through the process. Trust the process. Believe that when you go through this process and you do everything right to the best of your ability, that you will land on top of success because success is a journey. It's not a destination. Cool. Comments. Let's see what we got. We're going back. Oh, they in the room. Okay. I like that. Y'all make me feel important. Nidra, and no isn't always personal. Sometimes we just not what they looking for. That's usually what it is. That's usually what it is. That's a good comment. Let's keep going. Lamar. What's good, big bro? How you doing, man? I appreciate the episode and you taking the time with us. Hey, man. Hey, no problem. I appreciate you watching. Now that's good. Keep them eyeballs in your socket. He's hilarious. Leroy takes 20 years to become an overnight success. I'm trying to tell you. Octavia did a few background roles. Yes, she did two with no speak. Yeah, she did with no speaking roles too. She really did. Martini, what's good, man? The funniest man in Detroit. I'm getting in trouble now. Juan says relationships worth more than money sometimes. I'm trying to tell you, I'm telling you, knowing the right person to get you in the room before your money. Man, that's an episode. Nidra, she says we actually look for them in Spike movies. Right, we like where they at. We sure do. We look for certain characters, a certain group that he worked with. Hey man, you know what movie people don't talk about no more? Mo Better Blues. Denzel Washington and Wesley Snipes in one movie together. Man, y'all go watch Mo Better Blues. Okay, Martini says, tell the truth and shame the devil. Marcus says, we appreciate you, Marcus. Thanks so much for doing this. We need you, bro. Goated. Thank you so much. Much love. Is that it? Oh, we got more. That self-check helps a lot. I'm trying to tell you, get you right every single time. Uh-oh, here we go, Martini. Never break character no matter what. Never break character. You done said a mouthful and you don't even know it. Never break character when you working and you acting. Never. But never break character on your way. Don't never break the character, who you become and who are you going to become. Don't break that character. Adjust. Get better. But don't break character. Boy, he done said something there. He done said something right there. But yeah, look here. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm realizing y'all don't want to do no monologues no more. Y'all just want to hear me yell and then see when I got guests on here. And I'm fine with it. Y'all, I got something really special coming with the very last episode. I got one more episode before the last episode. That's crazy. One more episode before my last episode for this season. And I want to do something special. So I think it's going to be great. And I'm reaching out to some people even now. I'm waiting on people to respond back to me. And I think it's going to be really fun. So y'all check in for that. So we got 2 more episodes for this season is over. Even though it's going to be 21 when I'm done. So many episodes. The longest, right? It's the longest season. It's like the longest marathon. Right? I got like 3 seasons in one. But oh yes, hey, if this has been a blessing, if you got something out of this, hey, just y'all see the Cash App on the screen. Touch that Cash App and bless your brother so I can keep doing what I'm doing. Because I'm telling you, we gonna keep growing and keep growing. But you give me a little push financially with your love offering and help me go. And you could be a sponsor. You could be a sponsor for this podcast. So help me help Out of the Woods production to keep doing what we're doing. Look, I love y'all. I promise y'all I do. And I know we all going to win. I know we all going to be great. Remember those 6 things. Rewatch this because I'm going to post it on YouTube as well. It ain't going to stay on Facebook long, but it will be on YouTube. So and that's at Monologue Mondays. Y'all check that out. Monologue Mondays with Marcus Woods. And I promise you won't be let down. Look at all the episodes. There's 19 there. It's going to be 19 there. So y'all go check out all those episodes. In the great words of Denzel Washington, I'll see you at work.